He used to play
Rosenior,
for them, didn't he?
Rosenior,
Yeah. Yeah,
Rosenior,
Rosenior, isn't it? Yeah.
Rosenior. Yeah.
He's the next manager, which, I mean, he's done okay at Strasbourg. I don't think anything special so far. He's relatively young. And that, I don't know, as an outsider, because I don't know all the ins and outs of Chelsea, but that seems a bit of a rash move because he's not kind of a tried and tested manager. And if Todd Bowley and his colleagues, if they don't want to take too much of a chance and have to sack another one in 6 months or less, then you might have thought they would really go for somebody with a pedigree, a good pedigree of achievement. Now, I don't believe it's Leroy, isn't it? Leroy Rosenior. I don't believe yet
Yeah.
he's done that. He's obviously quite a good guy, a good footballer he was, and I think he has his Chelsea links. But yeah, it seems a brave move if they really want to get out of this idea of hiring and firing a couple of managers in a season, because that's really what they're doing. As you say, they won the World Cup, but the Club World Cup. But the only thing against that, if there is anything against it, I don't think it's a particular competition that many of the top clubs want to be in anyway. I think they see it as a bit of an unnecessary extra in the sort of close season in the summer, which can only lead to injuries perhaps for their key players and stuff like that. But you still have to say they did good to win it. I mean, I believe Manchester City were also in that competition, weren't they? But again, I don't think at the same time as Chelsea, but I don't think they put in anything like the same amount of stuff of interest into it that Chelsea did. So yeah, it was an achievement, but it's not like winning one of our domestic cups or obviously the Premier League and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true. Now, here's a quote from him, Liam Rosenior. I want us to play high tempo, aggressive front foot football. I want the fans at home to be off their seat in the first 10 minutes and feel like it's wave after wave. Now, what do we make of that from somebody that's never actually managed a Premier League team?
Well, it sounds to me you've got to be careful what you wish for, because if Chelsea had start off a game terribly badly, he could find that thousands are off their seats in the first 10 minutes and the opposition fans are waving to them as they go, which is often happens. But yeah, I can see what he's saying. But yeah, that's a bit of a tall order, isn't it? I mean, if you're trying to say how you want the game to be played, you want it to be exciting football, but and he's giving information, I suppose, as to how he will approach a game. He'll go out determined to win, an attacking style, but maybe you've got to graduate to that once you've seen what you've got, what you're working with, before he can say things like that. But having said that, let's face it, if you and I were fans of Chelsea, a new manager was coming in saying that sort of stuff, I guess we'd be quite pleased. We'd say, yeah, we don't want, a manager who we must not lose. That's our priority. So he's a bit defensive. We want
Mm.
someone who says, yeah, we're gonna win, and you assume, or we try to win. You assume he's also gonna he appreciates the importance of a good goalkeeper and a good defence and midfield. But so nothing wrong in him saying that. But I think I've long since learned you shouldn't go in all guns blazing about what you're going to
No.
do. It's much better to say, this is what I've done. And, in a football sense, over the years, we in the transfer windows, you know, windows, I'll read somewhere, or Crystal Palace are looking at this bloke and a couple of really good things. And then it goes wrong. It doesn't happen. Maybe another club comes in at the last minute and buys them. So I've learned a long time ago. I'd rather I'd rather hear things that have been done or that someone has achieved rather than that's what I'm going to do, because they're just setting themselves up in a way to fail. So you've got to be a bit more canny than that in life, but certainly in football.
Yeah. Well, like you said, you got to give the fans a little bit of enthusiasm, something to look forward to. And you don't just come in and go, well, I'm going to try my best, because he's already coming in as an underdog. So, well, I suppose we'll see anyway. But we know how the Premier League is, though. We know that
Yeah,
you can't just come in and throw words around just like that.
yeah, yeah.
It doesn't really happen, right? Just before we move on to the next topic, I just wanted us to just say to Gabby Logan, we
Yeah,
don't know who's watching because she's had to leave mid a match presentation in it on Match of the Day because of a family emergency. Well, we don't want to butt into the family emergency, but we just want to hope that everything goes on well for her, don't we?
yeah. What it was, her dad died yesterday.
Oh,
Terry Yorth. I don't know whether you remember him.
right,
He played
right,
for Wales and for Leeds. He
right.
was quite a well-known good player. I think it was back in the 70s, maybe early 80s. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what he died of. I think he'd been unwell for a while. Or in fact, yeah, I think they said it had been a fairly short illness.
Oh,
Anyway, he died, and that's why she had to leave Match of the Day. And I think they brought Mark Chapman across. He was
yeah.
doing the radio commentaries, and he came across to sort of take over. Yeah, but
Yeah,
as you say, we wish her well and her family well too.
we do. We do. Ah. Well, we hope she accepts our condolences, for
Yeah,
the and to the family and loved ones as well. Right. Okay. So we move on to Ruben Amorim.
yeah, yeah.
Was that a shock? I know you said Enzo Maresca wasn't a shock. Was that a shock?
No, it wasn't. I mean, I don't know whether you saw the other day. It was after the last weekend's game, wasn't it? I'm just looking to
Yeah.
see what their score was. It
I think it was a draw. Was it
was it a
1-1?
draw?
Was it one
Oh
all?
yeah, with Leeds, wasn't it?
Yeah.
1-1 with Leeds, and
Yeah.
they also drew last night at Burnley as well.
Yeah.
But after the game at the weekend, I don't know whether you saw.